everyone, welcome back. So I have something a little bit different for you guys today, and you guys requested it in my comments when I asked you what type of videos you'd like to see, and this was one of them. So I had so much fun filming this, or like preparing for this video. I decided to do like a looks list, and it was in loads of my comments and my description, so I thought I would just go ahead and do it, and I had so much fun like preparing for this video. You'll soon understand why. And these are things that if I was gonna invest in like a luxury or designer item, or just something a little bit more expensive, because there are some high street pieces in this as well, but like more like mid-market high street pieces. But if I was going to invest, what would I invest in? So I had fun imaginary shopping on like Net-a-Porter. So much fun that now my sidebars of like the Google ads now are Net-a-Porter. I'm quite liking that aesthetic at the moment. So let's get into it, and I'll show you some of my favorite luxury items. So the first item I'm going to talk about is Gucci, and it's Gucci boots. I actually very nearly bought these from a designer outlet. It was when Gucci was in Cheshire Oaks, and I don't know where Gucci in Cheshire Oaks has gone. It makes me sad that it's left. They were about £300, I think, if I remember rightly, in the outlet. So make sure like a lot of these items are available in designer outlets if you want to like maybe purchase some of them yourself. So check them out first. So yeah, these boots I had my eye on for a long time. They're the Gucci boots, and I actually really like the smaller heel, but there is also a higher heel as well. I just think the type of boots that would last a lifetime. These are something that I would see myself wearing in 10 years time, 20 years time. I know if I have them in my wardrobe, they're gonna last and they're gonna still look good in years to come. And I think that's the key thing in this luxury list, is that a lot of them are like very sleek, very like understated, very like timeless pieces. Like nothing's over wacky, because those are the type of things that go in and out of fashion. So my looks list is very much like very classy blacks, nude colours, because I think those are the type of things that you know you can wear in years and years and years to come, and really get your worth out of purchasing a luxury item. So the next item is actually an item I mentioned in my trend video the other day, and it's not designer. It is Zara, but it's quite pricey for Zara. I think it's about £150, but it's a beautiful trench coat with like that, I'm going to call it spy print. I don't know what the print's called, but that spy print is very on trend, and I just love a good trench coat. It's kind of like mirroring Burberry aspects, but still in its own right. Zara has produced a really nice, beautiful coat, and I actually think I'm going to purchase this one myself. So you may see it in a haul sometime soon, but that was a really beautiful coat if you're looking to invest in something a little bit pricier this autumn winter. So the next item is also on this picture, and it is the boots. I love these boots. I mentioned them in my trend video the other day, but these boots are so in at the moment, like patent leather slouchy boots, and they come in at about £100, I think, or a little bit less, maybe 80. Can't remember the price, but of course I'll link everything down below so you can check them out from Zara. So not super expensive, but a really statement boot for the autumn winter, and I literally want this whole outfit. So together that is quite a luxury purchase for me. It will be about £200. It's something that I'm going to invest in, so I really have to make sure that I'm going to wear them a lot before I purchase. So they've been sitting in my basket for about 2 weeks now, but I really do like this, so I might get it sometime soon. So the next items are Balmain jackets. They are just the most beautiful structured design that I'd ever seen. I love this short one. I think it's if you wanted to invest in a suit jacket, I think they're really nice and timeless. A black jacket is never going to go out of style. You know you're going to get your wear out of a jacket like this. You can wear it in 10 years time, 20 years time, if you stay the same shape. But a black stylish jacket is something that I would invest money in if I was going to wear it, because purchase per wear, you'd get your value out of it. And also the long coat with the buttons, it's such a beautiful cut. I would love to wear one of these. I think if I was going to enter into the luxury market, these purchases would be two of my very first, because I absolutely love them. Balmain always has a way of making a woman's figure look really nice. So like the short jacket really accentuates the woman's figure still, which I love about like clothes. Okay, let's talk knitwear. I've mentioned a couple times in the summer, I'm very much the type of person that doesn't spend that much on clothes, because we live in England. I can't get the wear out of it as much as, say, autumn winter clothes. So I like to invest a little bit more in like knitwear and jumpers and stuff like that. saying that in mind, I'm nowhere near going to be purchasing a load of designer jumpers anytime soon, but say if I was going to enter the luxury market, a designer jumper or a luxury jumper is definitely something that's definitely worthwhile in my eyes, because you would wear it so much, because you can wear knitwear from August, because I'm definitely wearing knitwear at the moment, don't know about you, but from like beginning of September right through to May. Like, knitwear is such a massive thing in the UK, we need it. So if you're going to invest in something like that, you know you'll definitely get your wear out of them. So I picked a couple of my favourites here. I love I love a chunky knit, like a really thick knit. I also love a high neck. I think Victoria Beckham does really nice jumpers, so if you're looking for a nice jumper, definitely check her out. And yeah, just really structured jumper with big sunglasses I think is a really nice classic look. I actually really like this Burberry one with the asymmetrical design, really different, a standard knit but something different, which is definitely something I look out for. And as well, this Max Mara jumper dress, such a beautiful chunky knit, and you know you can layer it with a shirt, you can wear it with like black jeans. It's just so many different ways you can wear it. Just if I was going to purchase knitwear, multiple ways that I could wear something would definitely be coming into my mind when I'd be purchasing it. As I said previously, everything's really understated. Nudes, blacks, because again, I think there's definitely something. I personally always turn to those colours in my wardrobe a lot, even if it's from the high street. It's just a favourite colour of mine, and I think they look classic and timeless, and something that you know you're never going to be afraid to wear, or you're never going to change your mind on. So you may have seen a few designer handbags floating around my channel, and I actually don't own them. They're from a brand called Uncloset UK, which is a subscription, I can't say that, subscription service type to handbags, and you can switch in, switch out them on a monthly basis. So I don't actually own any myself, I don't think. But if I was going to purchase one, after trying and testing them all, I would definitely go for a Chanel handbag. First of all, I think they're the most comfortable, the most practical, the most easy to like close and open. So from that perspective, that is why. But also, I think it's such a classic bag. From trying and testing all the handbags, that bag is one I found the easiest to pair with everything. And it comes in multiple different sizes, but I actually like the really small one. And my reasons behind this, I just think the black Chanel handbag has been around for so many years, and I think it will be around for so many years to come. Like, it's such a statement handbag to have, and you could wear it with high street or like a Primark dress, and the Chanel handbag kind of takes it into a whole different realm. And again, I think I can definitely see myself wearing this in 50 years time. Like, it's one of those handbags that you just know are gonna probably be around for years and years to come. Okay, this next item I actually have, and I wanted it for ages. I got it from a designer outlet. I think it was £150, and it was a Burberry purse. Burberry is one of those designers, like I have a couple that I absolutely love. Chanel, Burberry, YSL, those are the type of brands that I absolutely love, as I think they're just classic, timeless brands. Burberry is one of my most loved brands. It's just the quintessential British brand, and I love the fact that it kind of went downhill and then came back bigger and better than ever. Like, the Burberry designs are so iconic. So when I was like, I want to invest in a designer purse, Burberry was literally the only place that I wanted to look, and I knew exactly what I wanted. Like, the black leather and the gold is two of my favourite contrasts. You'll probably seen this. I love black and gold together. Like, my phone case is black and gold, my iPad case is black and gold, my favourite handbag's black and gold I love. So I wanted a purse with black and gold Burberry written on it, and that is exactly what I did. I've had it for about a year, over a year now, and it still like looks like brand new. The one thing I noticed about this purse, I would go for purses like crazy. I treat them like crap. I throw it here, throw it there, chuck it in my bag. Like, purses, I literally go through like one every 6 months, and I pay like, I used to pay like a tenner for a purse or 15 quid for a purse, and then have to get a new one 6 months down the line. This purse I've had for over a year, and it still looks brand new. So sometimes when you shop designer, you're actually not spending more money. Sometimes you're just spending your money more wisely. So yes, some things are extortionate prices, but things like this purse, I know I've saved money on because I actually haven't bought a purse in a very long time. So that's why sometimes you'll notice on my channel that I will like throw a hint of designer luxury items in somewhere. So talking about the Burberry purse, sometimes it's a little bit bulky and it can't fit in my smaller handbags, and I just take my card out and just pop it in and it's like rattling loose. So I would really love like a YSL card holder. I think they're really beautifully made and I actually really like the metallic YSL on it, and I think that's perfect for just if you're on a night out, you want to slot your card into like something more structured, and again, you'll use it all the time. It's one of those things that you have enjoyment every time you pull out your bag. It's like, I still get enjoyment now pulling my Burberry purse out my bag because I just love it so much, and that's something that I would get from this YSL card holder as well. And I think they retail again at about 150. I'm not too sure. If you're interested in any of these things, I will link them all down below so you can go check them out. So I'm gonna mention next Manolo Blahniks. I first fell in love with Manolo Blahniks when I watched Sex and the City. SJB, I love her. She had a pair and they're just absolutely beautiful, and then I fell even more in love with them when I saw Olivia Palermo get married in a pair of like really rich blue ones. I just thought they were so stunning, and if I ever get married, they're definitely going to be my shoe of choice. But I just think every girl would love a pair of Manolo Blahniks in the closet. They're such a Cinderella shoe, and I just had to mention them because I love them. Next, I'm gonna talk about sunglasses. I love a pair of designer sunglasses. So like the same as my Burberry purse, the designer sunglasses that I have in my closet seem to have lasted and withstanded a lot more than the high street ones. So you get a lot more cost per use. So sometimes it may work out cheaper to invest because you'll get them for a longer amount of time. So I'm gonna show you 3 of my favorite designer sunglasses, and here we have the Miu Miu ones, the black. You can get these very like eccentric, like glitter diamonds, but I thought if you're going to invest, like go simple, go sleek, go black. I love them, they'll go with anything. And then we have the Fendi ones. I love the Fendi design. Again, same reason, we've gone black, we've gone sleek, so we can wear them for longer. I know we'll never get bored of black and gold. So the last ones are these Chloe ones. I've seen them on so many bloggers, but I just love them. They hide so many sins. You can get away with anything, just whack these massive sunglasses on it. So this pair of Chloe sunglasses is a lot different to the other two. It's a lot more feminine, girly, like soft and nuder than the other two. So if you wanted a contrast, then these are definitely something worth looking into. So you'll notice a lot of these things in this looks list are accessories, and that's because I just think you can get more wear out of like accessories. So if I'm investing in something, an accessory is definitely top of the list. So next I'm going to talk about scarves. I love a designer scarf. I have one from Versace. Most of my coats are black or like nude colours, so I've gone for something that will match with maybe both. I think it's a great touch to add to an outfit, like something really plain. You can like snazz it up with like maybe a designer scarf. So these are definitely something that I'd love to invest more in. Okay, let's switch back to handbags. I think a nude handbag is a great thing to have in your wardrobe because you know it will go with anything. It can go with black and it can go with white. Like I really struggle for handbags, maybe in the summertime where I'm wearing a lot of white, a lot of nudes. So I think a nude handbag is great for stuff like that. A tote is so handy. You can chuck so much stuff in there. It's really handy for me in particular because I'm always traveling a lot on the train down to London, so I know I can put a whole day's worth of stuff in there. So I really love a tote, and I know if I would invest in one of these, I would definitely get my wear out of them. So I'm going to show you a couple of nude totes which I love. I love the Mulberry Bayswater one. Such a classic. My sister actually has this and I really want it but it's such a classic bag and she does wear it all the time. So the Givenchy tote is another favourite of mine. I love it in black as well, but I think I'd get more wear out of the nude one. And lastly, the Burberry tote, which I actually saw for, it was like a smaller version of for like £400 in the Outlet Village Burberry store. So they're not as expensive as online. You can get these things cheaper if you go looking and like hunting in the designer outlets and stuff. I mentioned previously that I really loved the YSL brand, and YSL clutch, like a crossbody clutch, which you can use as a clutch bag and a crossbody, I think is really great for an evening look. And I also love the YSL tote. I just think, again, it's similar to the Chanel and the Burberry. It's really classic and sleek and definitely something that I would absolutely love to own. Say if I buy a black coat on the high street every year for 50 quid or 60 quid, times that by 20 and you'll see what I mean by cost per wear. Like sometimes it is actually worth the investment if you know you're going to wear something for that amount of time. Like I've bought black coats for about 15 years of my life. So if I'd purchased a designer one back then, maybe I wouldn't have had to buy so many of them and waste so much money. So you really have to think about this when you're investing stuff. Just to top the Burberry coats off, I've always wanted a Burberry scarf with my initials on. I love them. I think they're really cute. Reminds me very much of Christmas. I don't know why. Okay, let's talk about traveling. I love the Louis Vuitton like big duffel travel bags, or you could wear it for like gym or like a stay over, like just those big duffel bags. I just think it's a really, like, to find a really nice bag like that is quite hard, I find, especially on the high street. So this is just something I've always lusted after, so I really wanted to include it. So the next one is probably a really obvious one. So many people have them, but I just love them. They're the slip-on Gucci loafers, and I have so many dupes that I'd actually like to maybe purchase the real thing one day. And I just love this gold one because it's not like in your face gold, it's like a really understated gold, and I love that it's a little bit different to the classic black ones. I think it jazzes an outfit up a little bit more, so they are definitely going to be on my list too. These are so handy just to slip on, whether you're going to the office, whether you're going on errands. You could literally wear these slip-on loafers even underneath a ball gown. They're so handy. I wear mine to death. They're that really handy shoe that I just like throw on at any moment. So I'd definitely get my wear out of them if I was going to invest in them. And I just think the gold adds a little bit more fun to an outfit. So actually the last item I'm going to mention in my looks list is High Street, and it's from Reiss. It's obviously a little pricier than the rest of the High Street because it's a good coat from Reiss. But it's definitely worth it because the quality of Reiss coats are really usually very good. And this grey colour, I just thought it was beautiful, and the way it's structured and the belt around the middle, just thought it was a really beautiful High Street coat. So definitely worth looking into if you're wanting to invest. So guys, that's it for my looks list. I hope you liked it. If you like this kind of video, please give it a thumbs up so I can like get engaged whether you like it or not. Also, if you want any type of video, just let me know in the description box and I will try and make it for you guys. I always want to make videos that you guys want to watch, so definitely let me know down there. And if you know this by now, it's at the Laura Blair. If you want to follow me on any social media, come say hey, and I will see you maybe tomorrow for another video.